Hello foodies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a review of the June 2025 menu of St. Lawrence restaurant. I've done quite a few reviews of this restaurant. It's one of my favorites in town. One of the things is that they constantly change their menu. They change their menu every month and it's still reasonably priced. It's gone up a little bit since they've got their Michelin Star. It's $135 a person for a 4-course meal, but there's also accompanies, as you can see, so it really ends up to be almost like a 7-course meal. It's located at 269 Powell Street in Vancouver, in the heart of Chinatown. A little bit of a more edgy area, but it's fine. I have no problem getting parking right outside normally. It starts off, they have the first amuse-bouche, which you'll see here, and we'll have a short video at the end of this on it. Just a one-biter, just to liven up the palate, and kind of nice way to start off the meal. Short video of the first amuse-bouche. And then we added this is the sweetbreads KFC style, which was kind of a special of the day. I think it was around $12. So there's 3 pieces, and that was perfect because my wife doesn't eat this. So, they were at 4 people, so we each had a nice piece. A little bite-sized sweetbread, done KFC style, and really nice, innovative, and again, I love the idea that it's not a huge amount of food. It's just one bite that's delicious. Next is a dish we almost always have. It's one of their signature complement dishes, which is $12 extra. It's called Orioles de Crisp, which is fried pork rinds with maple and MTL spices. It's so kind of representative of this restaurant, Montreal bistro dining, but it's very unique also. It's really delicious. The pork rinds, they're very addictive in terms of they're just so easy to eat. And then that little bit of maple syrup and the MTL spice is just that little sweetness and that little spice gives that flavor to the pork rinds. So it's really delicious. Little short video of these first courses, and this is still another amuse-bouche, which is complimentary, so that's why I'm saying even though it says 4 courses, you get a lot more courses. This is just oyster and half shell, little bite-sized oyster, and just delicious. Short video of the oyster and the next course, which is the first course of the tasting menu. This is actually, my wife had this. This is one of the courses, which is sablefish with citrus, rhubarb, and smoked bone vinaigrette. Beautiful dish, and actually tasted magnificent. I could actually taste the freshness of the sablefish. So I thought this was a real winner. This is probably one of the best dishes of the night, and also one of the most unique dishes I've seen in a long time at St. Lawrence. For each course, they usually have 2 different choices. So my wife went with one of the items and I went with the other one to kind of just taste everything. This is the beef tongue with purple daikon, chilled beef consomme, and lavage. Again, a nice dish. Beef tongue, I like it. I don't just bother me. Even the people that don't really eat beef tongue a lot, it was kind of just sliced very thinly and inside the salad. Kind of almost reminds me of like a Thai style dish. In fact, I actually prefer the sablefish dish that my wife had. That was a tremendous dish. This was also a good dish, but of the 2, I thought the sablefish was a better dish. The second course, both were exceptional. And I'm not sure how it looks in pictures, but I can tell you the taste was, both of them were unbelievable and definitely of a 1-star Michelin quality. I'm not sure which one was better. This was mine, which is the fresh pasta with rabbit meatballs with creme fraiche and mustard sauce. The meatballs were so intense in terms of the flavor. I loved it. If you like rabbit, this is very, I wouldn't say gamey, but it's very intensely flavored. And it really matched very well with the lighter flavored pasta, but just an exceptional dish. They're just small little meatballs, but they're so flavorful. So I really enjoyed this dish. This was the dish my wife chose, which is asparagus and bacon with Alfred de Ferme cheese, gribiche, and verbes butter sauce. I'm not sure how this looks on picture or on videos. You know how sometimes the food looks great and maybe it doesn't taste as great? This is, I think, the opposite. I don't know how you think it looks. I think it looks okay, but the taste was tremendous. It's really hard to do good asparagus. Asparagus to me is a very simple ingredient, but it's very hard to make it outstanding. And this is a really great dish. Kind of pairing it with bacon, with the cheese and the butter sauce. It just all worked together so well, and very hard to make it seem so simple, but just an exceptional dish. Short video of our second course, and this is going to course number 3. This I had the grilled lamb, chicken stuffed morels, spring peas, greens, and in cream. Every part of this dish was exceptional. Grilled lamb, spectacular. The stuffed morels, spectacular. The spring peas, really fresh and really vibrant. It was just really good. Like, this is what you would think of as 1-star Michelin. I think very simple. It seems like a simple dish, just lamb, chicken, and peas. But when you do it to such a high quality, it just jumps out and is outstanding. My wife had the poached halibut with mussel and artichoke burial, parsley root, and saffron butter. Again, very nice dish. I prefer the grilled lamb because I thought it was stood out a little bit more, but both dishes were very, very nice. Then comes the desserts, which is course 4. I thought for my taste palette, these were the weakest dishes. More because my personal preference, I like really thick, intense chocolate. I like really acidic type fruit dishes. This was the steamed meringue, kumquat cream, and magnolia sorbet. And I thought it was well put together, but not enough acidity and tartness. I like really tart, kind of almost sour or really acidic type desserts. So this was a little bit plain for me. It's a well-made dessert, so I don't think it's a weakness. It's just it doesn't fit my taste profile. The other choice was the meal fill with rhubarb and Labrador tea pastry cream. I thought this was a better dish for my palate. I liked it, but again, millefeuille is not a normal go-to for me. So I would say that the desserts weren't as, my favorite things, but they were well executed dishes and they were delicious. It was just, probably not my thing in terms of what I usually would like for desserts. Finished off the night with some petite fours. They also had bread service, but I didn't take a picture of the bread, although it was delicious and we ate it up. But all in all, again, definitely a 1-star Michelin experience. Service is friendly and very polite, knowledgeable, really relaxing, but still very high level of service. Very friendly, I thought. The food, as you can see, very diverse, beautiful looking, delicious. But I love the different intricacies of taste. It's no course. We ate the whole menu because we just chose one of each of the courses. But you can see the variety of dishes they had, the variety of ingredients. Everything looked great and unique. And so that really to me is very important in terms of the actual presentation. But likewise, the tastes were spot on. Everything, it's not like every dish tastes the same. Every dish had a different spin. It tasted different, and there was lots of flavors that were intertwined, but also different from the last course, which kind of it gets your palate more lively. All in all, still at a 1-star Michelin level for sure. As good as every other time I've been there. And that's one of the things with St. Lawrence. The consistency of the quality. I've been here probably like more than 10 times. And always the same. Never really have a bad meal. Never have a bad dish. It's always, things that are well executed, good quality. Some things maybe not as much in my personal preference in terms of how I taste preference, but it's always well executed and delicious. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Until next time, happy eating.